Same thing, Cody. What do they speak in Mexico? Mexican. See, it's that simple.
Okay, well, what do they speak in Spain?
Mexican.
What about Puerto Rico or Cuba?
They all speak Mexican, Cody, but we'll call it Spanish for you.
You wrote Spanish on the board.
All right, class, no one pay attention to Cody. He dumb, he not know Mexican. Anyway, class, does anyone know how to say hello in Spanish? What about you, smartass?
The Spanish word for hello is hola.
No, that's how you say hello in Hawaiian. I asked how you say hello in Mexican. I mean, Spanish. Yes. All right, so the way you say hello in Spanish is El Hello. El Hello, class.
El hello. Guys, it's not even how you say hello in Spanish.
Very good, class. Now that you all know how to say hello in Spanish, we're going to learn how to say bye in Spanish. The way you say bye in Spanish is
Adios.
El Bayo.
God damn it.
So, El Hello, class. Then when we leave, we say El Bayo.
What? Are you kidding me? You can't just add L and O to the beginning and end of every word and say it's Spanish now.
All right, class. Now that you know how to say bye in Spanish, you're probably wondering, how do you say this bye in Spanish? Well, it's very similar to this bye, except this one is El Bayo. So, the difference between El Bayo and El Bayo is this bye, you're going to say it while you're waving. So, El Bayo and this bye, you're going to say it with money in your hand, like you're going to buy something. El Bayo.
What? What if you don't have any arms? That doesn't even make sense.
Well, you better have arms if you go into Mexico, Cody, or else no one's going to understand you. All of this, pointless if you don't have arm. Arm is very important to the Mexican language. So, this bye and this bye, no one's going to understand you if you don't have arm, because they're going to think you're trying to buy something and leave at the same time. Anyway, class, so now that you know how to say bye as in El Bayo and bye as in you're going to buy something, now you're probably wondering, how do you say this bye? This bye is like this book was written by. The way you say this bye in Mexican is...
Let me guess. Is it El Bayo?
No, very close, Cody. Very close. But they different. The way you say bye in Spanish is... El Bayo.
That's what I just said.
Well, what you do with your hands is very important, Cody, because the way you say this bye is El Bayo, and the way you say this bye is El Bayo. You have to have money in your hand, Cody. All right, and then the way you say this bye, El Bayo, you must have book in your hand. See, book is written El Bayo, Dr. Seuss. Understand?
No. Why don't we just learn regular Spanish? This is very complicated.
I know, class. Mexican can be very confusing. So let me use all three byes in a sentence to help you understand. So what you're going to do is, you're going to walk into the library and say, El Hello, Mrs. Librarian, I would like to El Bayo a book that was written El Bayo, Dr. Seuss. She's going to take your money, and now you own book. But before you leave, you're going to set the book down and say, El Bayo. You cannot say El Bayo while holding book in your hand, or else you look like this. El Bayo, like, who wrote this book? You know who wrote the book. It says Dr. Seuss on the side of the book. So you have to put the book down and say, El Bayo, then you can pick the book back up and leave. Any questions, class?
Yeah, I'm dropping out of this school.
All right, class, we're running out of time, so we're going to go through these last three very quickly. All right, the next word we have is name. How you say name in Mexican is Nemo. Bingo was his Nemo. Very famous Spanish song. B-I-N-G-O. And Bingo was his Nemo. The next word we have is yes. Does anyone know how to say yes in Spanish?
Sí.
Come on, guys. I thought you were smarter than that. The way you say yes in Mexican is El Yeso. Everybody understand? All right. The last word is no. Does anyone know how to say no in Spanish.
Oh, I got it now. It's El No-O.
What kind of Spanish is that? Cody, you are so dumb. You have a lot of Spanish to be learning. The way you say no in Spanish is no. No mean no in all languages. How you be so stupid, El No? Crappy, dumb.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's fair. I was just putting L and O at the beginning and end of every word like you were.
But come on, Cody, this is getting really easy. Spanish is easy.
Screw off, Junior.
All right, Crass. I know some of you had trouble learning your Spanish today. But what I want you to do is tonight go to Mexican restaurant and try to test out your Spanish. See how far along you get. All right, and remember, if they say hot plate, that means out.